I'm Pastor Hubert, the Executive Director here at Hope Center Indy. I'm standing in the Prayer Center, and we wanted to share with you an amazing answer to prayer for us here at the Center. Well, over a month ago, we were invited to a conference here in Indianapolis, and there was a financial institution there that invited us down for lunch. And while we were down there, they introduced themselves, told us a little bit about who they are and what they are doing, and they shared with each nonprofit that was there that they were going to give to us a $10,000 donation for 2018 and a $10,000 donation for 2019. And so we kind of came home from that conference rejoicing, being thankful for what God was doing for us here at the Center. And then we were also invited to an organization red carpet event here in Indianapolis on Sunday night. And so we took our residents there and we shared in that wonderful event at this red carpet event. And while we were there, one of the residents actually shared her testimony. And at the end of that, one of the founders got up and said, hey, we would like to do something in her honor. And so let us see if we can raise some scholarship money to help impoverished youth across America. And so they raised $10,000 in her honor to be given and $1,000 scholarships. And so we kind of came home rejoicing that we were giving back and we were part of something greater than ourselves. Then on Tuesday of that week, I came into the office and was reminded that payroll came out on Wednesday. And so I realized that, Lord, you need to do something. And so I was going to an appointment and I was just praying about that. Say, God, this is your ministry and this is what you need to do. And so we're just going to give it to you. And so when I came back from that appointment then, I was given an envelope by a lady here at the Center. And so I looked at it in my office, and inside the envelope was a check for $10,000. Well, now you might be thinking, and so was I, that 10,000s are kind of wild because we've having 10,000, 10,000, 10,000, and we're seeing this kind of coming through. And so it was a great encouragement just to see how God was providing. Then on Friday of that same week, I came into the office, and in my mailbox was an envelope, and I went into my office and I opened it, and inside this envelope was another check for $10,000. And so we thought, wow, we're on a roll, and God, you're just really showing how you can provide and meet the needs here at the Center. Well, also during that time, I'm part of a board for a missionary organization. And so I went to the board meeting. We were there kind of all day. We were listening to reports of missionaries. And this missionary organization basically is the sending agency for all these different missionaries. And they raise money to help projects for these missionaries. They do everything they can to support them. And sometimes their general fund, people giving to them, is kind of low. And so as we listened to all these different needs, I finally said at the end of the day, I said to them, hey, guys, let's just pray for the president of the organization. We're going to bring him up here and put him in a chair. And I'm just going to pray over him. I'm going to pray the blessing of the Hope Center upon his life and his ministry here at their mission. And so we brought him up, and the board stood around him, and we just prayed that God would give them the same favor that he had given us here at the Hope Center. And so that was on a Thursday, and then on Saturday I came into my office and I got a text from the president of the missionary organization. He said, hey, I just want you to know I just got a check for $10,000. And so I just remember rejoicing, thanking God for how he was blessing them. And then like a week later I came back into my office again, and he texted me again. He said, I just want you to know we got another check for $10,000. And so I was so excited I decided to call him because I thought, man, I am elated that God is doing for them what God was doing for us. And so I called him and I said, man, I am probably happier than you are that God is blessing you and he is using this prayer that we prayed for you that day. And he said, well, I forgot to tell you, one of our missionaries also got a check for $10,000. And so I'm just thinking, God, you are too good. You're just kind of showing off here how you can provide and meet the needs of your people and your organization. And so I was sharing with a couple that following week. I shared with them kind of the answers to prayer that we were having here at the Center, and I just saw the joy in their faces and just the excitement of how God was answering prayer. And so on Tuesday then of the following week, I came into my office I came into the boutique here at the Hope Center, and a lady handed me an envelope, just had Hope Center Indy on it and Pastor Hubert. And so I thanked her for the envelope, walked back into my office, and then I opened up the envelope. And when I opened up the envelope, inside that envelope was a check for $50,000. And so I thought, wow, this is absolutely amazing. So I hurried back out into the boutique and to thank this lady, and she was there. And so I just went up and I said, I had no idea what was actually in that envelope, but I would just want to thank you for your your tremendous gift to the Hope Center. And she said, well, we were going to give you 5 $10,000 checks, but we felt like God was saying to us, up it to 50 because I would like to match that. And so as we just see God's mighty hand, we just want to encourage you to believe God is able to meet your needs in your life, your family, or your church, or your mission, that God is able to do that for you, especially as you move into 2019. And so won't you join us in praying for the Hope Center, this incredible miracle that God is doing, and may we give it to you as you endeavor to serve Him and love Him. So I hope that this has been a blessing to you. I pray that your faith will soar because of hearing this wonderful answer to prayer. God bless you and thank you.